Hi everyone, this is Juliet and Brigitte here, your elders coming forward to greet you yet again with some elders' wisdom. And we hope you're here, we're hoping you're joining us.
Yes, we're hoping, but many of you might be traveling.
Yeah,
or maybe many of you might be celebrating somewhere. So,
yes,
we're inviting you to manifest in the chat.
Manifest yourselves. So, whilst you're manifesting yourselves, I'm just going to check that everything's...
Hello, Debbie. Thank you for manifesting.
Oh, that's
Hello,
good.
Sharon. Thank you for manifesting.
We've got somebody, and how about on Facebook? Are people manifesting on Facebook?
I have no idea. Oh, gosh. Yes, may the energy of Laxmi and Vishnu be with you, beautiful souls, too. And hello, Sharon. Hello, beautiful one. I deeply appreciate your sharings, too.
Oh, good.
And Debbie, really ill. Oh, hello, beauties. Gray and I really ill. Hospital Gray keeps collapsing. Had to wear a mask for first time. Paramedics couldn't come in. Worried about Gray. And no Christmas with son for first time since he was born. Oh, Debbie, I'm really sorry.
That's really hard.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
So what's happening?
So he's collapsing. Are you both ill? From what you're saying, you're both ill, and Gray had to be hospitalized and wear a mask for the first time. Oh, do you want to share a little bit more, Debbie, or would you rather we just held a space with you? Because there's so much going on right now. I will share a little bit about what I feel might be going on, for what it is worth. Yes. Hello, beautiful Julie. Thank you for being here.
Oh.
And thank you for your energy of felt sense. Very needed right now. To be in that place of feeling each other. Not feeling with words, but just feeling each other. Thank you.
Yeah, to come
Abigail, Solstice, blessings to you both. Yes, Abigail. And since I adopted you, I think, it's you that I adopted. Blessings to you, beautiful adopted daughter or granddaughter. Oh dear. Yeah.
So Debbie says they're both terrible and I'm shaken and weak and crying as I'm writing this, but wanted to join you. Don't know what's wrong with Graham. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Debbie, we're going to send you some healing, and I know people have been terribly ill with different things, and what we do know is that it's not what they say, although that's what they want you to believe, and that people are getting ill from all sorts of reasons. But what we also know is that the body and the immune system is extremely powerful at actually bringing you back to a point of health. So I've had some people here that I've been nursing that have been very, very ill, and now they're totally recovered again. So there are some really good strategies for your health, and I'm happy to support you and help you if you contact me privately and some health strategies to boost your immune system.
Yeah.
And to actually help. The main thing is to detox your body. And the main thing is to make sure your bowels are moving every day. Absolutely, that you've got a good bowel movement. That is so critical, and that you're properly hydrated.
Yes, that's the first thing. I agree with Juliet here.
Yeah.
And first is bowels. Second is vitamin C. Good vitamin C, if you can, to bowel movements, to bowel capacities, and zinc. And as regard feeling wobbly, the energies are extremely powerful right now. So it can really shift your feeling of being balanced. If you do have a very good acupuncture healer near you, Debbie, may I request for you to go and get a session with that acupuncture, because of the energies being so powerful, and so many of us are facing a collective field where everything is coming up to the surface, everything, down the lineage, right up to here, right in our faces.
Yeah.
So,
But
and
Debbie
what
might not,
it's affecting our physical bodies. Sorry, Juliet.
yeah, Debbie may not be feeling well enough, but that's wonderful advice. I always find it very helpful. But in the most immediate moments, it's like good hydration, and as Brigitte said, vitamin C is absolutely crucial. You need to drink as much vitamin C up to bowel tolerance.
That's what I was trying to say, but being French, maybe I said it the wrong way.
It's, I'm sure you said it fine. So vitamin C, you just put in as much as possible.
In
And
warm water. And if you have magnesium, that's a good thing. And if you can have a good vitamin D3, that's essential right now with all the viruses that are, even the information around viruses,
yeah,
not even being face to face with one of those, but just the information. It is just like the field is full of this information. That's so huge. It's right in our faces, dearest.
so
Yes.
yeah, do message me privately if you can. I'm just wondering, I'm going to put my email address on here. So, hang on, can I?
So they've done all the things you say. Thank you, my B2. I feel better already. Yes, I really feel we need to connect, because I've had a huge shock recently. Debbie, it took me off my, it really took the blanket under my feet, and I'm a powerful healer. And I met someone I feel I might have met in another timeline. And maybe unlike you, I met face to face, and it was very violent. Not from my side, but it became very violent, like I felt I had a gunshot in my chest. And it really hurt my chest, my heart. And in fact, what it did, it completely inverted my gallbladder and my liver. I'm talking here of Chinese medicine.
Your
And the emperor,
meridians.
yes, the meridians, It's like I was split in two. And the meridians, sorry, the emperor, who is the ruler of everything in the heart, he's the one sitting on the seat.
The emperor meridian.
The emperor meridian, yes. We're in Chinese medicine, thank you, Juliet.
Yeah, it's
I
context.
assume everybody knows about Chinese medicine.
But they don't. Context is so important when we're talking, because without context, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, we're talking about Chinese medicine here, and I'm not qualified in Chinese medicine, but I have my very best friend who is 80, and we've got a 30 years friendship. And he's from Venezuela, and he's a beautiful man, and Juliet knows him. His name is Nestor. And when something like that happens, it's a shock. And it was a shock from the masculine into my own. My gallbladder was really completely shocked, and he went into the alert mode. So I'm sharing that because maybe that can help some of you. So I did everything, like vitamin C, vitamin D. I've even done the nebulizer to help my chest, because it really affected my lungs and went into grief. But the beautiful thing is, it has enabled me to really engage onto a much deeper level of an embedded trauma at when the cells were just dividing inside my mother's womb, and there was a huge shock. So my
When you
mother
were
was
an
shocked.
embryo. When you were an embryo.
When I was an embryo, a fetal embryo, and there was only the heart was beating. My mother was shot, but she managed to, she didn't get the shot, but because she had a revolver too. But the thing is, it impacted my cellular memory. So I'm really grateful for whoever that man was, because wherever I met him from, maybe from past, the last war, when the Gestapo used to go in 6 or 8 or 12 of them marching, and they would say, your papers, your papers. And that's exactly what this man did. He asked for my identity card. And I looked at him, I said, you must be joking. I'm not giving you my papers. So this is, we're going to meet more and more. That's going to play out. And how are we going to deal with that? Because that morning, because I just had that terrible cold and chest infection, I was feeling very vulnerable. So going into a big shop like that can be very challenging, but I was only going to change a box of envelopes, and I left with the same box. But the good thing is I told them that I would not set foot in that shop again, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
Feeling.
I mean, there are so many layers to this, isn't there? One is that when these things are coming up, it's triggering earlier memories, things that you may remember consciously or not, but your cells remember them. So the more we're working on our trauma healing, the more capacity we have to deal with these things. But the other thing is, it's like we're in a war, and what is the art of war? It's like, take things on your own territory. If you're going to take something on, make sure that you're really well grounded, make sure that you have full capacity. So manage where you are at what time, what are you ready to deal with or not deal with? And if you're not feeling that strong or that great, don't put yourself in the line of fire. If you are feeling kind of resilient, resourceful, then you can go out and deal with unexpected things that are going to challenge you. So if you're feeling vulnerable, then don't go out. If you're feeling strong, then go out. But the other thing is, focus all the time on your health, on taking care of your health. I mean, this is a big wake-up call. If you think you're going to get healthy through having something stuck in your arm, it's never going to make you healthy if you're falling for that lie. But we are responsible for our own health. I mean, this is what we need to learn. And being responsible for our own health means that we're choosing what's given us health. Every moment, every choice is putting us either in a positive balance or a negative balance. So what are you choosing in this moment with regards to your health? When you decide not to get, like I often I don't go to bed because I just want to watch this other thing or do this other thing. That's a negative choice for my health, even though in that moment I'm choosing it. So just weigh up all the time, like, do I have the capacity to stretch the envelope a little bit, or do I really have to take care in this moment? So yeah.
So yes, it really matters to check out when you wake up. How do I feel going shopping? Yeah. If you're not going to wear a mask, Abigail and Debbie and whoever else. So quite a lot. Juliet, you've put info at healing earth. You need to add a T in between the A and the E.
Okay, sorry
because
about
otherwise
that.
no one is going to be able to.
Well spotted. Let me do that again. Info at healing.
And Sharon, she totally agrees regarding the bowels. Yeah, I really feel this is one of the first things we need to check with each other when we meet people who are not well. How are your bowels? So you've started a series of colonic. Those are great irrigation sessions, toning your lazy bowels to expel years and years of waste matter. Great to get rid of toxins. The difference is amazing. Yes. I may suggest a charcoal on an empty stomach is great to remove the heavy metals. And so is zeolites. Zeolite is very, very...
activated charcoal.
Yeah, activated charcoal. Yeah.
So I use this every day. It mops up all the toxins in your system. So
but it has to be an empty stomach and away. If you're diabetes, please take it very far away from any remedies, because it will take the remedies away as well.
So it's looking at health in a different way. It's like the mainstream is telling you that there are dangerous things out there and they're going to attack you and they're going to make you ill. But we're looking at health that in the way that you are in charge, we are in charge, and our health is the result of what we choose to do in any moment. And, you know, we're constantly making choices that are creating an internal physical environment, but also health is interconnected between the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual. So what are all those choices and all those complexities? What kind of inner environment, what kind of spiritual environment are you creating? What kind of emotional or psychological environment? So you're being challenged all the time by these things. And toxicity is coming in the whole time. The toxic thoughts, toxic emotions, toxic spiritual experiences, toxic physical things. So
media toxicity, radio toxicity, people putting pressure, even family right now putting pressure, you know, or you didn't get your vax. That's really distressing me. I got that from one of my grandchildren. And I said, I really hear you, that it is distressing you. But he couldn't even receive that I was in empathy, that me not having had this injection could be really activating him and feeling him insecure. So we need to be very aware of where everyone else is, believing that this is for the very best, when you might be believing that the very, very best is your immune system, and how to support your immune system when right now we've just had the full moon. Okay, the full moon in Gemini, opposition Sagittarius. So two very powerful energies around what choices am I going to make, and what do I want to communicate, and how do I communicate? When I meet someone who is already activated and afraid, like today I just delivered one of the manifesto to a shop, an organic shop I go regularly, and delivered it to her. She read it, and then she came to me in the shop. She said, could you please put your mask on? I said, I don't wear masks. And she said, but you have to. And I said, but I have just handed you the manifesto, and you need to start shifting from that place of fear. But she could not. So I ended up putting just my little cotton piece so she would not get distressed. So how to be moving and flowing between the different ways we're going to meet people. Some would just absolutely reject even your cotton mask and tell you you have to have the registered mask, which they sell, you know, the ones which are government homologué, which is a lot of money that's going to, you know, the up ones. So Abigail, you were saying that you could not write down because you're not well. I really hear that. So activated charcoal, that's one of the key. Activated charcoal. And I'm just wondering, Juliet, how you could put some of those informations in so people have them.
Well, the thing is, I would recommend people contact us directly.
Yeah.
Because one thing is important is that you can't just say, oh, this is going to help somebody.
No, of course.
And expect it to help. But because everybody's different, just the same way as that thing stuck in your arm is not going to make everybody safe, because that is completely insane. We don't work that way. Everybody is different. Our metabolism is different. Our capacity is different. So the first step of healing is being able to talk to somebody and sharing what's going on for you, and being received and feeling that relational field, feeling that connection. That's so powerful. That immediately changes your immune system. It immediately changes your capacity to heal when you're feeling safe and connected with somebody. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is keeping your system free from toxicity so that you are cleansing the whole time. You're aware of what you're putting in, either through physical things into your mouth or products on your skin. It can be very toxic. On your body, what you're wearing, who you're surrounding yourself with. All sorts of things can be toxic. So it's about really taking down that level of toxicity and then support your body cleansing the toxicity through vitamin C, for instance, which is very, very cleansing, and it helps the bowels to move.
Good vitamin C is essential.
Yeah. So you take as much vitamin C on any one day as you can, up to what's called bowel tolerance. And what that means is that it will give you runny poo. So if your poo is runny, that's a good thing. Yeah. So I'm warming up now. I have this lovely thick cardigan my daughter gave me. I have to take off. So yeah, it's like learn about health. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what your body is doing. If you get a temperature, your body is doing what it needs to do to clear toxicity from your system. So don't try and kind of push the temperature down, because then you're working against your body. And if it gets very, very high, then you might want to manage it a little bit by bringing it down with cold flannels and so on.
And there's another thing. You were talking, Juliet, about the toxicity in the house. One of the greatest toxicity is all the household products we use daily. So be mindful of the household products you use, the shampoos you use, the soap you use, and like Juliet was saying, the face cream and the body cream you use. This is absolutely essential. And if you dye your hair, that too can be extremely toxic. Yeah. So we've been in a society that's encouraged us to keep our bodies young by inflating them, all these products we put. and right now, what's being required of us is to remember the power of the plants, power of the essential oils, like you were saying, Abigail, cleansing with eucalyptus oil. Yes, that's beautiful. Yes, having, burner and cleansing and going out, resourcing yourself, which we've talked about in previous videos. And Juliet has been sharing, and me too, videos of being in nature. Recently, I went to the Lake Saint-Ferréol on the winter solstice because I just wanted to be by water. And Juliet was on the top of the Tor by the fires, around a fire, and I was with the waters. So we were both holding different energies on the midwinter equinox solstice. So both of us were really doing some balancing between the heart and the fire. I'm a fire woman, and yet I was with the waters. And Juliet, who's got quite a lot of air and water, was by the fire. So it's interesting how we just found a way of balancing without even saying it to each other. I drove all the way and sat by the lake. I just needed to be by the waters, and the waters have to do with where we start from. And I was as well inviting the dolphins singing, because they hold something for the planet Earth. And the song of the whale with the pups, because she just goes around and tends the pups like a mother tends the babies. And right now we have to tend ourselves the same way. So Abigail, yes, you love the video of Juliet on the tour. Foot tapping with the songs and the drums. Yes, that was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very beautiful and very powerful and very healing, because when we are in this kind of tribal mode, when we do ceremony, that really helps the immune system to be boosted and to kick in for healing trauma, for letting go of suffering and pain. Because there's a real feeling of connection there, and it's addressing directly into the subconscious, into the primitive brain, and helping us to heal. So Connections are so powerful.
And that's wonderful. And this year I didn't do a ceremony. Last year I did with a lot of people. So this year it's a little bit more difficult because I've just had my chest and I felt I was still vulnerable and fragile. So I didn't sort out anything. But it was a very different homage with the waters of life and the collective. And Sharon, thank you for what you wrote. Self-care is key. It's vital. And supporting our vitamin and mineral intake is really important right now. I fully agree, Sharon. Really, it really matters.
Yeah. There is so much information around now for how to take care of your health. And I'm happy if you contact me personally to direct you in ways to support you. But also if you listen, if you go onto YouTube and you listen through the Elder Wisdom calls, you'll see that you'll hear many times that we've given this information, that you can listen back and maybe it'll drop in a little bit more, that you are in charge of your health.
Yes, that's so important. And what I wanted to, yes, it was a very powerful Juliet. Yes, Abigail. Yes, it was. I haven't finished watching it because I've been being very silent and very quiet. Because the piece I'm picking up has to do with my own lineage in war times. So, Debbie, beautiful Debbie. What's coming up as well is lineage material. So your beautiful gray. Yes. Be mindful of who you are around. Yeah. Because the energy field right now is very, there is the two planets, there is the two worlds. If we go back with what has been shared from the elders, from the tribes, there will be a reap, then there will be two worlds. However, those two worlds are two different frequencies of energies. And that can make us feel out of balance. Right? I'm just sharing something as one of the very sensitive beings on this planet Earth. And when that happens, it means your whole system might be realigned or needing to be realigned. So we still belong to that inverted matrix. We're still walking in it. Remember what was written, I am of this world, but not of this world. So how we can be in that world, because it can really tilt our energies. So it really matters for all the organs to be absolutely on track. So good digestion, good hydration, good rest, great resourcing. Go with what you're being called to. If you're being called to go to the mountain, go to the mountain. That means you need the energy of the mountain. If you're being called to go to the lake, like I did, I drove. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I still drove. I spent an hour and a half sitting by the waters. And then I drove back home. And I didn't think, oh my God, you've only been for an hour and a half by the waters. No. Because that hour and a half was just absolute presencing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about feeding your heart as well, really feeding your heart. So this is the spiritual part, isn't it? It's staying with your intuition. And it's like, what does your heart need at the moment? What's that spiritual connection?
So
really listening to yourself.
Grounding. What's coming for Gray is grounding. There's someone who is starting to, I would feel grounding, quietening his energy. If you do watch television or stop watching TV, yes, really stop watching anything, because there is a tremendous amount of toxic vibration frequencies still leaking behind. That's what I'm tracking. So I'm just sharing. I'm a tracker. I'm sharing. So I'm giving you some information. So even unbeknown to you, you might your energy field might be completely warped. So stop watching, return to your core center, and eat some food that's grounding. Some good potatoes, like Juliet's favorite food. Good jacket potato. I don't know who that is. A Russian or a Greek name.
Welcome to this video, to this little gathering.
So, yes, I would personally feel grounding food, good sleep, because if you sleep well, then you're going to be able to have your dose of, is it melatonin?
Melatonin.
But if you don't sleep because you're distressed, your melatonin levels are going to go down, right? And the same, if your sympathetic and parasympathetic are not being balanced, you might feel more depressed. So I would suggest then D3 is a good, if you don't get enough sun because of where you live, a good D3 would be wonderful. And every time the sun comes out, just go and worship the sun and take it in. I did that today when I was waiting for my session in acupuncture. I did an hour of sun worshipping. So,
well, how would it be if we did a little soothing grounding and meditation, and the other thing is just like there's a lot of psychic stuff going on at the moment, so a little prayer which is clearing of those psychic energies to regain sovereignty.
Yes, I really feel everything is in us. We hold the cosmos and the universe. We hold the Akashic records. That's quite something, isn't it, to say that? That means we have as well the potential to just take one little drop at a time of that, yeah, and be tender with it and soft with it. We don't have to take a whole cauldron. We just take one drop at a time. And if each one of us can do that, then we are going to change that collective cauldron and start bringing it into the most amazing thousands of light rays, whatever color you have, whatever sound you make.
And community is so important. You know, how would it be, everyone that's watching here, that you connect with each other and support each other?
Yes, but that would mean, hello, beautiful Marianne. That would mean getting each other's emails and seeing how to connect with the community.
Yeah. Well, yeah, however you want to do it. I mean, that's a possibility, isn't it? You're connecting with like-minded people where you can begin to feel safe.
And what I would invite you, just ask the universe. Ask the universe to hand it to you on a plateau, and if possible, a golden tray, and say, this is what I want. I want a community of like-minded spirits, a sensitive community, if you're being a sensitive being, and a community where we can just be with each other, share or not share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do a little grounding meditation, and I'm going to turn my video off for a moment to pick up the prayer that I have over on my altar to clear any kind of unwelcome psychic energies.
And we haven't forgotten that there is an auction, and Juliet mentioned that the auction would be taking place in January because she hasn't yet worked out. So there we are. It's edged, this one is edged with moss stitch. Yeah. So there we are. So just wanted to share that with you. Oh yes, Abigail, an elder's Zoom call. Whatever. Yes, that would be wonderful. Abigail is mentioning an elder's Zoom call. That would be wonderful.
We have the Outsiders support network, which is on Facebook. I'll put the link to underneath here that people can join if they want to. And we do a Zoom call on that with that group. So if
you mean it's open to others to join us?
No, it's not joining us here. It's just
no, but that's what she's asking. I feel she's asking.
Yes, I'm not.
Abigail, can you clarify, darling? Can you clarify for us?
I think Marianne is part of the Outsiders group support network. So if you want to have a Zoom call with myself holding it together with sorry, her name's gone out of my head. With my friend whose name I've forgotten in this moment, then we are holding Zoom calls to support people. But we're not doing an elder Zoom call. But if you want to join that group, the Outsider Support Network, I will put the link again underneath this video, and then you can join those Zoom calls there. So let's do a little meditation to support you if you're feeling ungrounded or unwell, to connect in with your hearts and to clear the psychic energies, because I know there are a lot of really intense energies at the moment that feel a bit like they're taking us over or attacking us. And I think also with this thing that's being rolled out and stuck in people, that I'm hearing that there's a lot of nasty, gooey stuff coming alongside that. Oh, Marianne, there hasn't been any Zoom calls recently. I was just asking, I was just talking about that, so we can set that up, Marianne.
Sorry, Marianne, is that Julie? I'm muddled. Is that Julie, Marianne, or is that Marianne MacDonald? No, I think, is that you, Julie?
It's Marianne MacDonald. It said there hasn't been any Zoom Outsider calls recently.
No, we haven't done any of those. And Debbie is saying, listening to everything you're saying, but can't type much, and very interested in the deeper meaning of all this, as you're explaining. Very grateful to you both. Well, we're doing really our very best, because the energies are extremely powerful right now, and we're coming at the end of, I think we've got somebody in there who is just not engaging and who is just writing peculiar words mean nothing. So whoever you are, we welcome you, and ding dong to you. Because I am not afraid of you, and we're not afraid of anything right now, because what we're holding is so much more sacred and important.
Let's do a grounding.
So we're going to go into the grounding. Yeah.
So I hope you can all hear me well, and I'll try not to drop my voice too much.
If you could put your mic a little bit louder, please, Juliet.
No, my mic is as loud. I need to get a proper some proper equipment to do this. So just taking a moment, everyone, and just wherever you're sitting, just allowing yourself to settle, feeling your bottom on the seat. Give a little wriggle so you can feel yourself. So I just want you to tune into the physical sensations of your body, the positive, pleasurable physical sensations. So just taking a breath and a long out breath. And just allowing the body to settle in this moment. Noticing again your bottom on the seat. And taking another breath. And another long out breath. And noticing your feet on the ground. Being aware of your feet. And how it feels underneath your feet. Notice the contact of your feet on the ground. And noticing the temperature of your feet. And then coming up your body, noticing your legs, your knees, your thighs. Noticing your bottom again. And just allowing in this moment for your body to be heavier. Being aware of your back and what's supporting your back. And tracking up your back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming up to your shoulders. And taking a breath. And a long out breath. Just allowing your body to be heavier. And feeling the weight of your arms. Being aware of your hands. And just notice what your hands are touching in this moment. Just noticing that contact. And coming up to the back of your neck. And your scalp. And just allowing your scalp to soften and relax. Your forehead. Your eyes. Your nose. Your tongue. And taking a breath. And a long out breath. And just giving permission for your jaw to drop in this moment. Allowing your jaw to soften and relax and drop. Just allowing any tension to leave your jaw. And being aware of your chest, your ribs. Allowing the muscles between your ribs to soften and relax. And taking a breath. And a long out breath. And allowing your diaphragm underneath your ribs to soften and relax. And your belly. And your groin. So the whole of your body is becoming more relaxed. And just notice in your body in this moment, where do you feel a place of comfort and well-being? Where in your body do you feel comfortable? Is there somewhere where you're warm, relaxed, tingling, expansive, or some other feeling that tells you that you're comfortable in this moment? And just allowing yourself to settle into that feeling of comfort and well-being. Allowing it to expand. So that feeling grows. Just settling. Settling into a good feeling in your body. And tuning into yourself in this way. And just floating the question, what's important for my health here, now, in this moment? And just notice as you float that question what your body does. What's important for me here? Do I need better sleep? Or better nutrition? More connections with friends, loved ones? More exercise? More fresh air? Things that lift my heart? Or anything else? And what can help me find these things? Just being with this. And know that this is an inquiry that you can do every day. Just tuning into this. What's right for me in this moment? And just tuning in if there's anything there in your body or in your energetic field in this moment that's seeking in any way to cause you harm. And to know that you are fully protected. And that we are creating an incredible feeling, an incredible surrounding of light, a field of light around you in this moment, where you are completely protected and in tune with your body, with your health and your well-being. So I'm going to say this prayer to protect you. I demand that all beings, life forms, thought forms, entities, assemblages, technologies, and all else that exists that do not have the highest interest of all life everywhere, and our highest interest in thought, form, action, mind, deed, word, in all ways. I demand you to leave our mind, spirit, body and soul, all that we are, on all levels, dimensions, densities and locations, now and forever, and never return. All permission to influence from within us or without us, to possess or cohabit in part or in whole, to manipulate within or without in any way, to create or maintain attachments, to affect or defect us in any way, is now permanently and forever removed. All protections are asked for in the name of the one true living God, source of all compassion, infinite love, light and creation. As it is said, now it is done, in heaven as on earth, and sealed now and for all time. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. And placing your hand on your heart and on your belly. And just really feeling that soothing, comforting warmth here in this moment. And really wishing yourself well, really well. And just holding yourself in love and compassion for all the challenges that you've had to deal with recently, everything that's coming up for you. Just holding yourself in this love and compassion. And praying, may I be happy. May I be well. And may I be free from suffering. And just sending these prayers out in this moment to all beings, including this prayer of protection. That all beings, your loved ones, your friends, your family, all creatures around the planet, microscopic and much bigger than the planet yourself, and all people and beings, whether you love them or you don't or you hate them, just sending this prayer of compassion out. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. And may all beings be free from suffering, and that all dark entities that mean us harm in any shape or form, that they be gone, in the name of the one true living God, source of all compassion, infinite love, light and creation. And it is done. Om Mani Padme Hum. And just coming back now, together, knowing that together we are powerful. We have incredible power as humanity, as one humanity standing together. You know that you can listen to this again, you can write it down, you can follow these practices. You can come back, you can listen to the other videos. There's so much here to support you, so much health to support you. Thank you, Joanna, thank you so much.
And hello, Terence.
Who else is here? Thank you, Julie.
Yes, Grandin.
Thank you, Abigail.
It really feels being kind to each other. How to feel each other with kindness of heart.
Ginny, how wonderful that you're here.
That was much needed. She said, thank you.
No, I'm so happy that you're here, Ginny. Big hug to you, big love to you, Ginny. We can do so much to help each other at this time. Thank you, Marianne.
Yeah, we're all there for each other.
We can all be here for each other. We can all reach out and support each other. Oh, thank you.
Carmen, thank you. And blessings for the return of the light, Carmen. To you in Crete, thank you. For me, Christmas is about welcoming the light of love. That's so powerful.
So make yourself an altar, some candles, some incense, give yourself time to settle. And we can all, Patricia, beautiful. Portugal, how beautiful to have you here.
So thank you, and from the sisterhood of worldwide, because we are a real sisterhood from Australia, America, Canada, I mean, worldwide. There is a sisterhood and a brotherhood. It's just so much happening. And we really need it right now because everything is right in our face right now. And it can really waver. You know, it's like the storm. We are right now facing the strongest piece, but it's the end. And the light is there. It's the end. Everything is collapsing. That's no longer aligned with the greatest good of humanity. But we have to hold that faith, each one of us, and be tender with those parts of ourselves who are still carrying grief or loss or dissociation. We have to feel them. Then we can expand and be bigger as we feel them. That's what I wanted to share as a gift for this equinox. We have been planting those seeds so deeply, but we can only nurture them if we see.
Yeah.
We can't just plant any kind of anything, because some seeds need different soil, and some seeds need different light, and some seeds need to be in the shade. We're all different. We all need different things. But if we learn just to be with ourselves and be compassionate and kind to ourselves. So let's start with good hydration, good food, good resourcing, good hugging, giving each other spaciousness. Sometimes we get activated when one of our loved ones is feeling vulnerable or raw, and we come over too strongly because we want to make them well. It doesn't work like that. We have to create spaciousness and feel them from within. Right now, I'm feeling my friend who might die within this week, and I felt him in my chest, and I felt him in my throat, and he's losing the power to speak, and I've needed to be in silence. So that's what I'm inviting you, how we can feel each other. There's nothing that needs fixing, except maybe taking good vitamin C, taking zinc, magnesium, vitamin D3, K2, and eating good food, good, healthy food. And potassium broth, we've spoken about that. Potassium broth is great to bring minerals back into your system. So as we are really still in that place of the dark of winter and returning to the light, this used to be initiations in the bygone times. Young people used to be initiated. And may I invite you to just really be tender with yourselves and don't just gorge yourself with food. That's not what it's about. It's about being in presence. Rather than feeling that void, just be in presence with that beautiful sacred vessel that is you. That's what I wanted to share.
The sacredness of all life. All
Julie.
life is sacred. What is the potassium broth? So
no, it's not potassium, it's potassium. It's made, we've done a video on that, Nicola. It's made out of all kinds of vegetables. You can do it with potato peelings, celery branches, carrots, broccoli, garlic, onion, and you just put it all in a big pot and just let it cook very slowly. You can even put beetroots, peelings, and you only drink the juice, but you let
Yeah.
it simmer very slowly.
Particularly the onion peels, because it's the quercetin in the onion peels.
Yeah, you've got the onion peels and the garlic peels. I personally put the whole garlic in, and then carrot peels. You can even put carrots, celery in branch, leek, potato peelings. You use your potato, maybe you bake them differently, and you just simmer that and you drink that, and that really, it's a great booster. Yeah, when my sister was really ill after she had cancer, I used to make that for her. I used to make a huge cauldron and build her up. Apart from doing juicing, I used to make liters and liters of juicing. So I've been feeling, if this week since the full moon charged my crystals and my son commented how beautiful it was, feeling so much love. Yes, crystals right now are really transmitting. I didn't do a crystal transmission today, but another one has spoken to me, and I will do one next time we come, because the other one was all about joy. But I just want to finish. Have I got a couple of minutes?
Yeah, we don't have any fixed time.
Yeah, no, because I've got to go on another call and another Zoom call. Is the transmission from the little people. I did do another transmission with this beautiful crystal, which Jack offered me, the Jack who has the scarf. And what they said to me was they were absolutely holding silence now, and they were starting to wave. Yeah, it's, yes, whichever way. They were starting to wave strands of energy light of the most pure frequencies, and they were starting to send them up. So they were coming from deep inside the earth, and they were radiating that energy of peace, silence, presence, and love for all of us. And that frequency and that vortex of energy will go through, and when it goes to the top, it will go into the cosmos, and it will meet another wave of frequency, and the two shall blend. And something else will happen for planet Earth when the two shall meet. And I can't share that right now, but the two shall meet. That's the transmission I had, which is absolutely hopeful. So we have to stay with that. And yes, more and more people are feeling this is just too much, because this energy of the winter is an energy when we need to feel safe. We need to feel we are going to celebrate. And right now, it is just more contraction. So where you feel that there is contraction, compression, just creates expansion. Create a space. Create a space. Yeah. Yes, you feel so much love from this beautiful community and from your two beautiful souls. Beautiful, beautiful souls. Yes, Abigail. And you are part of that too. Each one of you here.
Yeah.
You're part of that.
We're
Each
all
one.
part of it. We're all part, and there's so much more that when we move out of fear and we nourish ourselves and we expand our fields, then there are more and more people that can, that can be part of that love and that field. So each one of us can start shining our light. Can you imagine if we're all shining our light with it? We're really showing up and shining our light and taking beautiful care of ourselves and making beautiful altars and candles, how much that's going to ripple out. And it's incredible, because we're at such a pivotal time on the planet right now.
Yes, we are.
Really transforming.
Much love and gratitude. What a blessing to feel you. Yes, and what a blessing to feel you. Julie, I feel you in my heart. I feel each one of you. And Jack was asking if you could send him that prayer, that invocation. Just let me just check.
Yeah,
Can you
I
please
will,
share
I will
the text of that powerful prayer, Juliet, so I can incorporate it into my daily practice?
Absolutely.
Yes, Juliet,
I will put it underneath this video, under the YouTube video. So if you're watching from Facebook, go to my YouTube channel, which is Juliet Yelverton. I'll write that up again.
Okay, I love you and leave you.
Okay, well, let's all go together. Okay, so we'll just...
And may the light of love be with each one of you. And I thank each one of you for your support. And be mindful, as you will definitely meet, as you walk life within the next 3 months, you will definitely meet beings from past lives, maybe with something that was a real shock to your system, and that needs to be held with compassion for that person and sending them compassion.
Absolutely.
And the gifting is what it has enabled you to heal within yourself on a felt sense at a cellular level. That's what I wanted to share. When I speak of the cellular level, it's a felt sense of where we were frozen, where we went into freeze.
So as we depart, just know that every kind of illness and challenge that we meet, it actually brings a spiritual growth, and that you come out much lighter and much more vibrant. So don't be afraid. If your body is doing stuff, don't be afraid. Support it doing what it needs to do. And I will put information under this YouTube video, the prayer, the protection, and I will put a link to the ceremony on Glastonbury Tor that happened yesterday, the Solstice ceremony. It's very uplifting. And we will see you next week.
Yeah, all being well, because I won't be home. And Debbie, thank you for sharing that. We're both caring. Thank you, and so are you. I'm sitting in my beautiful, comfortable living room listening to you both and feel so much better. I'm so happy. And Julie, thank you for all those beautiful hearts. And Jack, thank you for being here. Thank you to all of you, Nicola, Marianne, and whoever that Russian gnome, whatever, came in, joke or no joke, wishing you the light of love too.
Yeah, wishing you all love. Bye for now.